What if the answers to your biggest struggles have been known for thousands of years, hidden in plain sight? Imagine if you could gain clarity, master your emotions, and achieve unshakable confidence, not by chasing modern self-help trends, but by tapping into the timeless wisdom that has shaped the world's greatest thinkers, warriors, and leaders. But here's the truth. Most people never realize this because they're looking in the wrong places. By the end of this video, you'll have powerful, ancient principles that can radically shift how you see success, discipline, and life itself. Let's go back to ancient Rome. There was a man named Marcus Aurelius, a warrior, an emperor, and a philosopher. Despite ruling over one of the most powerful empires in history, he faced betrayal, war, and immense pressure every day. But he never lost control. Why? Because he mastered the art of perception, a principle known as amor fati, love of fate. Here's what that means. Instead of resisting obstacles, he embraced them. When things went wrong, he didn't ask, "Why me?" He asked, "How can I grow from this?" When enemies tried to break him, he saw them as teachers, not threats. Psychology now backs this up. Studies on cognitive reframing show that how we interpret events shapes our reality more than the events themselves. The lesson? Your life isn't shaped by what happens to you. It's shaped by how you respond. Action step. Tonight, write down one challenge you're facing right now and reframe it. Instead of seeing it as a problem, ask, how is this preparing me for something greater? Fast forward to 12th century Japan. Imagine standing in a battlefield, sword in hand, facing an enemy warrior. Fear creeps in, but you can't afford to hesitate. This was the life of the samurai, and their survival depended on one principle: Bushido, the way of the warrior. Their secret? Absolute discipline and emotional control. They trained not to let emotions control them. They learned to detach from outcomes and focus only on execution. Neuroscience now proves this. Studies on self-discipline show that delaying gratification is one of the strongest predictors of long-term success. The lesson? The strongest people aren't controlled by their emotions. They control their emotions and move forward anyway. Action step. For the next 24 hours, practice discipline over impulse. Every time you want to react emotionally, pause, breathe, ask, what would a samurai do? Then act with intention, not emotion. Here's something radical. Most of your suffering isn't real. It's imagined. This was one of the core teachings of Buddhism. Buddha taught that attachment is the root of suffering. We don't suffer from what happens to us. We suffer because of our resistance to it. Modern neuroscience proves this. The brain creates suffering through anticipatory anxiety, worrying about things that haven't even happened yet. Meditation studies show that detachment from thoughts can physically rewire the brain, reducing stress and improving focus. The lesson? When you let go of your need to control everything, you gain true power over your life. Action step. For the next week, whenever something bothers you, ask, is this worth my peace? If the answer is no, let it go. Let's look at Africa's wisdom. There's a concept in African philosophy called Ubuntu, meaning I am because we are. It teaches that true strength doesn't come from isolation, it comes from community. Some of the world's greatest leaders like Nelson Mandela used Ubuntu to unite people, even after suffering extreme injustice. Science proves this. Research on social support and longevity shows that people with strong communities live longer, happier, and more successful lives. The lesson? Success isn't just about what you achieve alone, it's about who you grow with. Action step. Reach out to one person today, someone you admire, someone you can learn from, or someone you can help. Build your circle because your success depends on it. Master your mind, control your emotions, build your community. That's the formula. Comment below, which of these ancient wisdom principles resonated with you the most?